Hello there, right here, and in today's video we're going to be taking a look at the craziest 1.8 stuff, from the tallest mountains to the downright bizarre generation. It would mean a lot if you guys would hit the subscribe button and the like button, as it doesn't cost anything and it really helps my channel out, and lets me put more time into finding cool things in Minecraft, which I do live on my Twitch stream. I don't know what is worse, this mineshaft here where they built their structures right over top of this very thin layer of stone, or this mineshaft which is almost entirely exposed and has more logs than most forests do, and it even has this crazy dock over here that almost seems like it's made just to dive off of into this massive lava pool. I'm starting to wonder what type of civilization made this. This mountain range really shows off the peaks very nicely, and you can see they are pretty much maxed out for their height, and they're very pointy, which is part of the new update, and there's kind of a nice little range of these going all the way across. Some of them are kind of blunted at the very top, because these things are completely up there in the clouds, where this one is 254 wide. And even in the center here, there is a rune portal, which is just chilling out there. Let's not forget that emeralds are actually more common the higher you go up in the mountains, so you might find some ores along these exposed sides. This mountain was found by gas-powered pick, and just over here there is some of the snow-capped peaks. These are one of my favorite structures in 1.18. They're actually pillars that start down inside of a cave, and then when they get exposed to the sky, they have dirt placed on top of them, and even like stuff like trees. It looks crazy, kind of like Indiana Jones, where you'd have to parkour across them. This savannah village may seem ordinary until you see that the actual meeting place for the villagers is way down here in this hole, meaning that once the villagers come down in here, they won't be able to actually get back out. With the new heights of biomes, mesa biomes expose way more layers of terracotta, leaving these stunning looks. And anywhere where there is a steep drop-off, the different bands of color are very noticeable. On the side here, there's even some Deepslate peeking through, as well as right over here. Check out this insane Badlands, which turns into a massive mountain. And this thing is huge. Not only are there some really tall points to this thing, you can also see the entire thing is a massive area just full of badlands and mountain points. And the highest point here is a stunning height of 249 Y level. From up here you have an amazing view at all the other mountaintops around the area. On the opposite side of these eroded badlands, there is this peak here, which is pretty much as high as you'll find them, 255 blocks tall. This crazy mountain was found by Agent Mindstorm on Twitter, and there'll be a link in the description. Also underneath this really big one, there is a cave that's inside of it, and the cave has these massive pillars, and the pillars actually are the terracotta blocks, which looks pretty crazy, and it's almost like it's holding up this entire piece. Coming across this in survival would be quite a sight from a distance. With caves able to cut through red sand, it's now possible to get these massive holes right in the center of them, with the lakes and even oceans flowing right inside of them. And this one actually goes pretty darn deep, all the way down to the Deepslate layer down here. And caves have no problem cutting themselves right through icebergs. I mean, like, they make some pretty weird shapes. Living among icebergs would be tough, but not for this tree and flower, who decided to live right on top of it. This view from here is such the iconic look of a massive mountain with a little hole in it where the cave is inside of it, and being able to see the stalagmites and stalactites. Ever want to have your own little secret entrance that goes straight into your base? Check out this here, where that hole goes right into this epic kind of valley-like place. And over here, this hole that is actually a massive cave goes way down deep to the Deepslate area. These villagers might be lucky to have such an amazing base right beside them, but they're not so lucky on the other side where they have a pillager outpost right beside them. What first appears to be 3 ravines right beside each other ends up looking like the letter A. This bay area would have had some cool little coves to go in if it wasn't for this village that just decided to take over this entire bay area with their houses. Considered one of the rarest biomes in Minecraft, the jungle edge is back in this 1.18 snapshot and is looking amazing. Vertical cliff drops are something people can test in real life, but it's also something that you can find in Minecraft. This one being an insane 100-meter block straight drop. But what if there is a whole area of cliff sides? I mean, look at this. This is insane. It's almost like a chunk of the world is actually missing. This whole thing is a massive cliffside, and it goes up into a mountain at the top of it. Water runes can occasionally put themselves on top of beaches, but what I've never seen before is actually underneath of this, where the runes inside of these blocks actually put down 2 chests instead of 1. You can also see it over here. Tell me in the comments if you know what's going on here. these swamp trees may seem like they're playing King of the Hill, but they have no competitors compared to this swamp tree, which decided to plant itself up almost 200 blocks above the world. Sinkholes are real things in real life, but apparently they're also real in Minecraft. Look at this crazy one that's in the water right off of this coast, where it goes down into the ground, and you can find further openings that take you even further in. Mountainous areas are usually not that big, but check out this one here. It is massive. All of this white stuff is part of a mountain biome, and it transitions over to these lofty peaks, which are quite large and tall, and got the new springs actually flowing out of them. But they're actually so tall that they also got exposed stone where lava can come out of it. And the two tallest peaks in this one are at 255 wide. But these massive mountains aren't just for looks, as this one has a secret inside of it with a 180 block straight drop all the way down to Deepslate, which is quite a far drop for survival. On the other hand, some caves are just downright big. Besides emeralds, you can also find these calcite strips along the stony peaks, and these things can contain hundreds of calcite, which is a very desired block. Some places are just loaded with mountains no matter which way you look, but none so unique as this place, which has a massive hole in the center of it. And this thing is beyond strange, as it's actually a ocean biome right here in the center. And there is a bunch of stone shores around the outside, making this kind of hole-like structure among all the mountains. The bigger the mountains, the bigger the waterfalls, and here we got some really impressive ones. With the groves biome as well as the snowy slopes having the unique property of having the new powder snow block generate inside of them. This can cause some strange stuff like having waterfalls carving their way into the powder snow, and where there's large patches of it, it actually goes to the very bottom of it, kind of sweeps itself across, and then it comes out at the bottom of it, which is a clear indication that there is some powder snow here. Check out this pillager outpost, which put itself right inside of a jungle. 1.18 is weird, but more than in just one way. As you can see, these skeleton spawners are producing skeletons, but they're a little bit different looking, and that is because they don't actually have any bows, but they can still pummel you with their fist. These villagers here really like to live on the edge, like literally on the edge of this huge hole in the ground of this desert that goes straight into a dripstone biome that has massive columns. I showed this massive island in my snapshot review video, and it's supposed to be a mushroom island. But somehow the generation got all wonky and the game accidentally still kept this a deep ocean biome, and that's how a shipwreck got stuck way up on top of it. But we also get to see exactly what a deep ocean would look like if it was a landmass. We also found this. No, not this pillager outpost with 5 cages and 8 scarecrows, but this dripstone point that comes straight out of the ground. It is a massive one too. And if we take a look underneath, we can see that there is actually a massive dripstone column here that must go up so high that it ends up popping out of the ground somehow, which is quite strange. And it appears that this dripstone is actually part of a couple different layers. There's one at this layer, and there's even one way down at this layer, right above each other. We also found this double spawner, where mineshaft cave spider spawner intersected a dungeon, and the dungeon didn't delete the spawner, making this rare find. Real Phil on Twitter sent me this, which are some new block textures that they added into the Bedrock edition, but there's currently no blocks of these. The first one is a Skulk block, which is similar looking as a Skulk sensor. Next one is Skulk Catalyst, and it's the bottom texture of it. Then there's the side texture of it. Apparently the Catalyst blooms, so it has a different side texture. And then there's the top of it, which looks similar to the Skulk, and they both look very similar to the end portal texture. The next one is the Skulk Catalyst top when it's blooming, so there's different animations it goes through when it's blooming. There's also Skulk Shrieker bottom. The Skulk Shrieker also has a inner top, which is animated, which it goes through all of these different phases. Also the Shrieker side looks like this. Almost kind of looks like a redstone component, like the observer. The top of it looks almost like a lantern. Then there's a Skulk vein, which might be some type of kind of like ore, but it's kind of a mixture between the Skulk stuff and the endstone. As some of you guys might know, Gordy is the avatar of my channel and a mysterious fellow who's been with me for the last 12 years of playing Minecraft. His pumpkin head has encouraged me to search for the largest pumpkin patch naturally found in Minecraft, which is supposed to be the upper limits of 16. And after passively searching for such a pumpkin patch, I actually found one the other day during the stream. This thing is crazy. A total of 16 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. And this is the first time I've ever found such a large one over all my years of searching. And better yet, this pumpkin patch is in the center of this crazy valley, which is so cool. My next goal is to actually find a pumpkin patch that has the words Ray spelt out using natural pumpkins. I'm currently looking for some more emotes for Twitch as well as my YouTube. If you guys have any ideas or would like to make me some, hop into my fan art section on my Discord. If you'd like to see more crazy things in Minecraft, check out this playlist. And if you'd like to see how I made a farm for every item in the game Minecraft, check out this playlist. I really had a lot of fun finding all these weird things to show to you guys. So if you'd like to support me, I do have a Patreon link below. And if you guys find anything cool in Minecraft, let me know in the comments. As always, I'd like to thank you guys all for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye bye!